I'm going to show you how to install a Ring Battery Doorbell Plus. Let's go. First, let's take it out of the box and see what we got. We have the charging cable for the battery, a screwdriver, a mounting plate, the screws for mounting. There's several packets of screws. Your instructions and warranty information, a sticker you can put on your window, and of course, the man of the hour, the Ring Doorbell Plus. That's paper that goes over the doorbell. You're gonna pull that part off. You can throw that away. Then you're gonna pull that off the bottom. So then open it up to charge the battery. So see how that arrow goes that way? You're gonna pull this way. There we go. So it's got a little tab that you push down right here. See how it says push? Pulls out. So you're gonna charge the battery all the way using the little orange cable that came with it. So it just plugs in right there, and then just plug it in. Here's what it looks like when it's fully charged. So you can see both lights are green. Then you're gonna pop the battery back in the bottom, like that. Make sure the push button is the same side as the light. Push it in, let it light up. Then you can stick the cover back on, click it. There we go. Now it's ready for installation. The first thing you're going to do is scan the QR code that comes with your Battery Doorbell Plus and go to the app and install it through the QR code. Open the app, allow notifications. Now you're going to create an account or sign in. Then you're going to verify it's you, of course. Now you can create a passkey. We're going to skip that for right now. Then we're going to set up a device. So you click on set up a device. You can click on doorbells. Then you're going to scan the QR code on your product. So click on ready to scan. Scan the QR code that's on the back. Then you're going to select your location. I'm going to put this one on the front door. Next, skip through this part because we're going to do this part later. And we've already charged it, so you don't need to do that. Then you need to hook it up to the Wi-Fi. It might take a second to connect.
Now connected to the Ring app.
Your doorbell will say that it's connected to the Ring app when it's connected. Your Wi-Fi name will pop up and click on it. Type in your Wi-Fi password.
Connecting to Wi-Fi. Just a moment.
The doorbell will tell you that it's connected to the Wi-Fi. And there you go. It's set up. Then you're going to hit continue. And then you're going to start the installation tutorial.
Now installing an update. This may take several minutes.
My Ring doorbell decided it was going to do an update, so I'm going to wait on it. And then I'll go ahead with the rest of the install. Now you're going to want to decide where you want to put the Ring doorbell. The best height is 4 feet up off the ground, so it can get the full view outside your door. So you're going to want to take a measuring tape and measure from the bottom of your porch up 4 feet, and then mark it with a pencil. If you're not wiring it to your doorbell system and you're just using it as a battery doorbell camera, then you can either stick it with double-sided tape. This is great for renters where they want to easily remove it without causing damage. Double-sided tape on the back side, stick it to your door frame. That's perfect. I've done that and it lasted for years. Or you can use screws to attach it to your door frame. You're going to take the face plate back off by gripping the little side here where it's grooved on each side, squeeze and pull. Then on either side there's going to be screw holes. In addition to what came in the box, you're going to need a drill bit, and a Phillips head bit. The camera came with a wedge mount. The wedge mount angles the camera so it can see an area better. So you would screw that on to your door first. Then you would screw the doorbell camera on top of it into the little screw holes. What are the items in the D and the C packet for? Let me show you. In the C packet, there are extra long screws for using the wedge mount. If you were using a wedge mount, you'd put it on the wall like this. You'd use the long screws to attach it to the wall in this little area right here on either side. Then you'd screw this on top using little guide holes. How you do that will make more sense here in a minute. The little tiny screws are for attaching the doorbell to the wedge plate right here. You won't use the long screws in the A pack for that. You'll use the little short ones. These are for if you're screwing into brick or any kind of masonry. These are anchors, so you'd put them in the holes that you drilled first, and then you'd put the screw inside the hole when you were screwing it in. But I'm not going to be using the wedge because we're just going to do it straight on. So first, figure out where you're going to install it. We've already done that. Then you're going to take a pen or a pencil or whatever and mark inside the screw holes where it's going to be mounted so you know where to drill. Another way to do it is lay down tape behind where the drill holes are and then mark onto the tape. It'll make the marks easier to see for the drilling. You're going to be using the screws from the A packet, so you're going to want to get a drill bit that's around the same size. Now just drill the holes that you marked earlier. Now that you have your holes drilled, now you can attach the doorbell. Remove the tape if you use tape. Then grab your A-screws, line it up with the holes, and then use your screwdriver to tighten the screws. Leave the screws a little bit loose until you get all 4 screws in, and then tighten them up. Now that it's attached securely to the wall, you're going to put the faceplate back on. Final step is to take the tiny little screw out of the B pouch and screw it in at the bottom. This is the security screw, and it'll keep people from taking the faceplate off. And now the wireless installation is done.
Someone is at front door.
So see, you already have a doorbell. You took out the old doorbell, and you have these 2 little thingies coming from your wall.
In that case, you'll need to attach your doorbell to your wires.
Make sure that you have the right voltage and power frequency. Here's the information right here. Take a screenshot in case you need it. So first you're going to take these screws out. They're just 2 tiny little screws. Doop, doop. Then you're going to take the wire from your wall and put them over the holes, and then attach them with the tiny little screws. Make sure not to over tighten them or you might break the plastic.
Stick the wires into the hole in the wall. I have a demo, so I can't do that.
In the D pouch, there are these extra little wiring bits that you may need to use to wire it to whatever you have already in your house. These are wire caps. You just twist them over the ends of wires, exposed wires, that you won't be using in your install. They're like your extra wires, your ground wires. Then you're going to take the screws from the A pouch, this one right here. They're little, and you're going to attach the doorbell to the wall. Make sure to leave the screws loose until you have all 4 in, and then tighten them up all the way. Just like before, make sure you don't over screw because that'll break the plastic. Then you can set up features like motion zones and chimes and other things like that in the app. If you have a chime, in the app it'll give you instructions on how to connect your existing doorbell chime. So you would already have it wired to the wall by this point. If you didn't, you can click on I didn't wire my Ring, and it'll show you how to wire it up. And if you've already wired it, click I wired my Ring, and then it'll tell you whether it's connected properly to the chime or not. And then it'll show you how to optimize the motion, adjust the features, do smart alerts.
You'll need to play around with the features in the app to find the settings that'll work for you.
And there you go. It's all installed and ready to go.
Someone is at front door.
Okay, stay safe.